Good evening, everyone. It's so nice to see you all once again this week for another Cowboy Band concert. We're glad you're here. Tonight's concert is going to feature some music that we were planning to play earlier this summer in June on the same night that we had to cancel due to some thunderstorms. So it's some music that we've been yearning to play for a while, plus some new exciting chorales, movie music, and some adventurous original concert band work. So we're excited for tonight's set list for you all. At this time, if you would please rise for the playing of our national anthem, followed by the state song, Home on the Range. Wild horses have been found along the barrier islands of Georgia, the Carolinas, and Virginia since the early explorers first visited North America. Some of these horses swam ashore as a result of shipwrecks, while others got free from or were abandoned by early settlers. The wild Mustangs have withstood storms and ever-changing world around them surrounded by modern man. Shackelford Banks is an uninhabited island in the Outer Banks of North Carolina, and the wild horses remain there today, even though there was a plan to move them elsewhere. But enough people from the mainland gathered enough support to allow the horses to stay there and be protected. We hope you enjoy our first piece this evening, Shackelford Banks, A Tale of Wild Mustangs. I think a lot of you will recognize this next piece. That first one was new to the Cowboy Band. This next one, multiple Grammy Award winner Michael Bublé has sold over 25 million albums worldwide since his debut in 2003. His unique blend of jazz, big band, and pop styles has catapulted him to such accolades as being dubbed the heir to Sinatra. His covers of popular standards Moondance, I've Got You Under My Skin, and Save the Last Dance for Me soared to popularity in the US and Europe and are featured in our next piece, Crooner Serenade. We actually have another guest conductor this week. This band member has filled and filed. She's filed a lot of music for us now. She's filled in as conductor of the Cowboy Band in past summers whenever there was a week that the director was gone, and we're very appreciative of her willingness to lend her talents as well as her wonderful flute and piccolo playing each week. To introduce our next piece and conduct, please help me welcome our director of orchestras here in Dodge City, Dr. Jane Lindemood.
This piece, this next march is a John Philip Sousa march, and it's very close to my heart. It's entitled The Northern Pines, and it was written the summer after Sousa spent part of the summer at the National Music Camp in Interlochen, Michigan, which is a wonderful part of northern Michigan. Those of you that are familiar with the state at all, you know that those of us that are from there love to get out our little mitten. And Interlochen is right up here on the tip of the pinky, and it's one of my favorite places in the world. After visiting Interlochen and working with the students there, his comment about the camp was, "So much is said from the negative side about the youth of our time that it indeed restores one's faith to find here, year after year, hundreds of boys and girls with such ideals, such marked ability and evident industry." He wrote The Northern Pines over the course of the next year, presented it to the high school band at Interlochen in the summer of 1931, and then turned the music and the scores over to the camp, which retains them in their files. So we have for you this evening the Northern Pines March.
Thank you so much, Jane, for the background on that march, and we always enjoy hearing about some of the history behind newer pieces to us. Very nice piece. Coming up next, Disney's 1992 hit Aladdin tells the story of a street urchin vying for the love of a beautiful princess. He uses the genie's magic power to make himself appear as a prince in order to marry her. This medley features Arabian Nights, Friend Like Me, Prince Ali, and A Whole New World. This is Aladdin. All right, we're curious to see if there's anyone in the audience that is from outside of Kansas. Anyone traveling that is not from here, you're outside of the state of Kansas, and you're in attendance at the concert tonight. Wonderful. I already see 3 hands. Let's start over here. Where are you guys from? Germany. That is fantastic. What part of Germany, sir? Frankfurt. Wonderful. Well, we're glad you're here. How long do you get to stay in the States? 3 weeks? Fantastic. Well, thank you. How about an applause for our travelers from Germany? Thank you. And then ma'am right over here? Miami, Florida. Wonderful. We're glad you're with us. Thank you so much. Give it up for Florida, too. Will you guys be here for Dodge City Days in a week? It's a lot of fun Dodge City Days around here. Wonderful. So awesome. Anyone else that I missed? Okay. Well, we're glad you guys are here. Our next piece, this next chorale shows off the wonderful composing abilities of longtime band composer Robert Sheldon. Every section of the band has their moment to shine in this piece as the melody is constantly flowing from one to the next. Even though this piece isn't based off any specific folk song or old melody, it certainly paints a beautiful picture while being performed, especially this time of year on a summer evening. Here is In the Shining of the Stars. Well, we have one person here in the audience tonight that had a birthday yesterday, and so she gets to lead the Children's March tonight. Where's Abby at? Abby, you care if we sing happy birthday to you? Oh, you want us to? I was just teasing. Okay, let's sing that happy birthday to Abby. Happy belated birthday, ready, go. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Abby. Happy birthday to you. Abby, come forward, and any other kids in the audience tonight, come on down for our Children's March. Grab a flag from Katie and join in. Move around, get some fresh air. All right. Are there any others from over here? The more the merrier. Please, yeah, come on over. We have plenty of flags. You just have to walk in a line, or you can just do a circle around your bench with your family. Thank you, yeah, good job. Good job, bud. All right. All right, let's get this started. Entry of the Gladiators. It's a military march composed in 1897 by the Czech composer Julius Fučík. He originally titled it Grand March Chromatique, reflecting the use of chromatic scales throughout the piece, but changed the title based on his personal interest in the Roman Empire. In 1901, American publisher Carl Fisher published a version of this march, arranged for American wind bands under the title Thunder and Blazes. It was during this period that the piece gained lasting popularity as a screamer march for circuses, often used to introduce clowns. Today it is mainly known by this association. Here is Entry of the Gladiators, or Thunder and the Blazes. Bravo, kids! Thank you, Katie. You guys stirred up some wind with your marching. Good for you. All right, moving along. The 2016 Disney film MOANA tells the story of a strong-willed daughter of a chief of Polynesian tribe who is chosen by the ocean itself to reunite a mystical relic with a goddess. Along the way, Moana meets Maui, a demigod that appears when Moana is stranded on Maui's island after a storm. Maui is appalled that Moana hasn't heard of him, so he decides to rattle off all of his accomplishments via song. You've heard the movie version featuring Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson's pipes. Now you can enjoy our cowboy band version of the song "You're Welcome." Here is an original work for concert band that features the sounds of majestic Spanish marches with lots of excitement and fury. With trumpet fanfares and exciting woodwind trills, this piece is a wild ride from the start, then roars to a powerful conclusion. We hope you enjoy Aztec Fire. Looks like we're wrapping up this evening just in time. We have two more pieces for you all, and it feels great out here. The Boston Food Fair was an annual exposition and music jubilee held by the Boston Retail Grocers Association. The Sousa Band was the main musical attraction for several seasons, so the creation of a new march honoring the sponsors of the 1908 Boston Food Fair was the natural outgrowth of a pleasant business relationship. In fairs before 1908, Sousa had been impressed by the beauty and charm of one particular young lady who was the center of attention of the displays in which she was employed. He made a mental note that he would someday transfer his impressions of her into music. When the invitation came for the Sousa Band to play a 20-day engagement in 1908, he wrote this march. Remembering the comely girl, he entitled the new march, "The Fairest of the Fair." It is generally regarded as one of Sousa's finest and most melodic marches. This was actually the perfect week for us to play this march, as this Thursday, July 18th, the Cowboy Band will be the musical entertainment for the Ford County Fair, held here in town at the 4-H Fairgrounds. We will be playing a concert for the fairgoers at 6:30 p.m. as everyone enjoys a free hot dog meal to kick off the opening night of the fair. We hope to see you this Thursday at the 4-H Fairgrounds for our concert at 6:30. Here is the Fairest of the Fair. And lastly, we have one more piece for you this evening. The 2010 DreamWorks film How to Train Your Dragon tells the story of a Norse teenager, Hiccup, growing up on the island of Berg, where fighting dragons is a way of life. Despite being the son of the chief of the clan, Hiccup is viewed by many as a bit of a misfit. He endeavors to prove himself as a true Viking in dragon fighting school, but later befriends an injured dragon he names Toothless and has the opportunity to plot a new course for his people's future. Here is a fun band arrangement of How to Train Your Dragon. Thanks a lot, everyone, for coming tonight. Have a great rest of your evening. Enjoy the cooler weather the next couple days. Hopefully see you at the fair in a couple days at 6:30. See ya.